Hi, this is Savannah,
And this is Brian from the Dorky Diva Show,
and you're listening to Star Wars.
the best place for below average Star Wars.
In a world where people need 80s and 90s movie reviews, two regular Geordies combine forces to bring you the Brother to Brother 80s and 90s movie review podcast. Check them out on Twitter, YouTube, and all decent podcast vendors.
Star Wars, best place for below average Star Wars.
Hello there, and welcome to the Star Wars Show, the best place for below average Star Wars. I am the Geordie Jedi Pete, and I'm joined today by fellow host, Canon Junkie XL, Iain. Iain, how are you doing?
I'm good, mate. Yourself?
Yeah, it's been a crazy week for me. Just started some new shifts at work, early shift pattern, so I'm a bit tired. But other than that, I'm excited to talk Star Wars with yourself. Obviously today, since Celebration, it's been Kenobi. So today we're going to talk about the Jedi Survivor, which is the sequel to Jedi Fallen Order game trailer, the teaser trailer that was released over Celebration weekend, and also the Cassian Andor trailer, which was released at Celebration in the panel. So two cool little things to talk about, which have maybe been lost in the pack a bit with sort of how awesome the Kenobi episodes have been since they started dropping as well. Let's just kick right in. Ian, obviously, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, a fantastic game. I know you played the game and loved it. Just tell us why you loved that game so much, and then we'll talk about the sequel announcement.
I love that game, firstly, because it was the first single-player Star Wars game we got in a long time, I think. I can't remember the last one we actually got, which was actually just a dedicated single-player Star Wars game. That was, plus the story was excellent. I really enjoyed the characters. I really enjoyed the Trilla Sundari, the second sister. Yeah, the second sister. I thought she was a great antagonist for the game. I liked how much it blended in with other aspects of canon. They really took care to make it like a cohesive story that fits within the universe. And I just thought it was a fun game. It was really fun. And that's what I liked about the game. I just thought it was really fun and a welcome return for Star Wars games.
Yeah, I think I'm the same. Like, back in sort of 2015 when they said, everything's going to be canon going forward, I was like, okay, I can't wait to get a video game that is going to like blend into all the other sort of Star Wars comics, books, movies, TV shows, and going to be canon and really sort of drive the story forward. And for me, I don't mind playing multiplayer, but I much prefer a story-driven game, with just me inside a story. That's awesome, and I think this is what this game promised to be. I think when it came out, it was fantastic. I loved how it sort of delved into the prequel era. With it was the aftermath of the Clone Wars, so it had sprinklings of prequel stuff. It was obviously set during the time of the Empire, so we had original trilogy vibes there as well. And then it also had, with Ilum and showing you what Ilum looks like now, it also had big connotations to the sequel trilogy.
Yeah.
So this game that was the first storyline game that's canon with a solely storyline game.
Yeah.
Obviously the Battlefront 2 storyline campaign is canon as well, and that's also very good, but it's very short.
Yeah.
Only a small part of that game. It was absolutely fantastic. And who'd have thought, that all that Fortress Inquisitus stuff that we did at the end of Jedi Fallen Order will be coming back to us now, in the latest episode of Kenobi. So it goes to show just how much that game did mean to canon. They did deliver, and even now it's still delivering. And I like the way it ended on a sort of that story ended, but it was very much like this crew, not just Cal, but also the friends he made along the way, Sierra, Junda, the crew of the Mantis.
Yeah, Grease and that. Yeah, Merrin.
Yeah, Merrin, the Night Sister. These guys could go on another adventure somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is now what they're doing. We're getting the sequel. It's called Star Wars Jedi, which is obviously now the title. We know that is the title series of the games, and instead of Fallen Order, Survivor. I think says a lot because he proved himself to be a Jedi in the first game. And I think now it's about surviving. Let's dive into the trailer. Ian, what were your sort of first thoughts on this teaser trailer? It came out the blue, so there was no scheduled panel at Star Wars Celebration for Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Which is probably a good thing because I think it meant that when this trailer dropped, it was like, oh wow, this trailer we probably weren't expecting because nothing was on the cards to be announced. It was a really nice surprise that weekend. So yeah, just talk us through your thoughts of the teaser trailer.
Yeah, I loved it. It was obviously it tells us absolutely nothing, which is I think the best trailers because it gets you the hype, but tells you absolutely nothing. I did like the beginning of the trailer where the Stinger Mantis is on its side. It does not look like all things are rosy after the events of Jedi Fallen Order. Obviously, we see the desert planet in the background with the footsteps that go off, and then we see the a lot of people, including myself, thought this was the Grand Inquisitor in the trailer as well. We see a Powan at his desk on Coruscant. I assume it's Coruscant. It looks like Coruscant. Obviously, we narrate. I do think it's him narrating the trailer. Would you think that? Would you think?
So, having watched the trailer, I've got a couple of thoughts on the is it the Powan who are from Utapau? Yeah.
Yeah, the Powan. Yeah.
Yeah, the Powan. So, I thought I saw two different Powans. Maybe.
Right.
I thought I saw one in like Inquisitor armor, in sort of in the back of the shot walking forward, which to me gave me Grand Inquisitor vibes.
Yeah.
And then you see another Powan in like a robe, like it's like a black robe. It's the hood's not on, and he's looking at Cal Kestis' lightsaber inside a case, a collector's case almost, if it's been delivered to him. So I wonder if we're getting like, I mean, I could be wrong because it was such a quick flash. The trailer's a teaser. Maybe it is the same person. Maybe I didn't really see the Grand Inquisitor armor, but to me, the way it looked was that I saw a Powan in the background walking forward in what looked like Inquisitor armor, and then I saw another Powan in like a black cloth robe, who was then like looking at the lightsaber. So I could be wrong, and I'm not even 100% convinced in what I'm saying, but just a flash like that's what popped in my brain. So maybe we're going to see a few different Powans. Maybe they know each other. Well, I mean, not saying that all of one species know each other, but maybe if they've come from the same planet at some point, maybe they do. If one's in the Jedi Temple and one becomes a senator, because I think they've said that. I think they've said on StarWars.com that there's going to be a Powan senator in the game. Is that right?
Yeah, that's the apparently that's the guy sat at his desk on Coruscant.
I'm already thinking that's who is looking at the lightsaber. Or is that?
I'm guessing so. Like you said, there is a quick flash. I've just looked back at it again. There is a quick flash, and it might not be the same Powan, but obviously, I can't really. It's that quick of a flash, like you said. You can't really tell.
Yeah. So I think for the trailer, for me, I think it starts off with the stormtroopers walking, and one of them's carrying something in his hand, almost like a briefcase.
Yeah.
I think that is the briefcase with the lightsaber in. So that is getting delivered, so we have something to look at. Is it the collector in Coruscant? I know that if you read, it's a different time frame, but if you read Cordia Gray's book, which I've forgotten the name of now. Bloodline, yes, which tells us sort of the story of Leia in between Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens. There's a New Republic senator who likes collecting artifacts of the Imperial Age. So maybe this senator or someone else likes collecting artifacts from a Jedi age. Collector's also been dealt with in the comics with, I can't remember which Hutt it was. There was a Hutt who has a lot of artifacts.
Gracchus.
That's him, Gracchus. He had a lot of Force sensitive artifacts as well. And obviously don't forget the Emperor's collection on his big yacht that Lando Calrissian and Lobot try to rob. So, people do collect stuff in Star Wars. So we see that lightsaber. We see stormtroopers carrying a case. We then also see Cal Kestis seemingly get defeated, not dead, but he gets unarmed in this battle. And then then we see the case opened up with the lightsaber in it. So maybe Cal Kestis is defeated at the beginning of the game. Has to then run because he's lost his lightsaber, has been disarmed. Lightsaber ends up in a private collection, something like that. On Coruscant, maybe. Would I like to go to Coruscant in the game? I would absolutely love to go to Coruscant in the game. Does it make sense to have a Jedi running around Coruscant, swinging lightsaber around? Maybe not, but I'm sure they can come up with a story way of tying that in to make sense. But I would love to wander around Coruscant again. I think just how vast and huge the city is, it'll gives you a lot of possibilities. So yeah, I think
Yeah,
I think we might get Grand Inquisitor in this game because he's probably going to be very angry because Vader's probably gone to him and said, "Someone's been in Fortress Inquisitors. They've second sister Trilla was useless. We're being exposed here. Absolutely had our pants pulled down big time. Get it sorted now." And I don't know where this goes in time frame to this in the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, but
it's 5 years before Obi-Wan Kenobi.
So I think he's going to be the one who gets and Cal also defeated a previous Inquisitor as well on Kashyyyk.
Yeah, the Ninth Sister. Yeah.
So it's like this Padawan who's been on the run for 10 years is taken out 2 Inquisitors and infiltrated the base.
Yeah, that was the thing. Obviously, spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't seen Obi-Wan Kenobi yet, but that was the thing with Episode 4 when they started talking about Nerd Fortress Inquisitorius, and they were like, no one has ever been stupid enough to attack them. I was thinking, yes, they have. And then for a split second, I thought, are we getting Cal Kestis? But then it was like, no, we're not. But no, I do like the fact Obi-Wan broke in the exact same way. But going back to Jedi Fallen, I keep calling Jedi Fallen Order, Jedi Survivor. No, I'm really looking forward to it. I do think it'll be a fun mechanic if you are without your lightsaber, at least for a couple of levels. Obviously, I would like to swing a lightsaber again in the game. That was one of the fun parts, really fun parts of the Jedi Fallen Order was the lightsaber mechanics and that. But I do think it'd be a fun thing if you have to use the Force and you have to sneak around and like we potentially said off air that you have a blaster for a couple of levels. Maybe potentially he has to build a new lightsaber. I don't know where he would do that now. Obviously with Ilum on its transformation to Starkiller Base, but I assume it was said in the Aftermath trilogy that there's plenty of other places in the galaxy that have supplies of kyber crystals. It just depends how many the Empire have mined out for the Death Star. So, no, yeah, like I said, really intriguing. Obviously, we get the thing at the end with the person in the back of the tank. I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is. I don't know if you've got any theories on who that is.
Yeah, so I think, the end of the trailer is we see a very derelict-looking room. It's sort of, the floors and the control panels and the walls look very sort of aged and almost classic-looking as well, like from a different era.
Yeah, it looks like it's been underwater.
Yep, and it's been overgrown. There's a lot of shrubbery inside there. But then the actual, the back door inside the tank looks fresh.
Yeah.
And so, I would have thought if the back of the tank was been left on, it would start to grow, mold inside and things like that and look like, when you leave a fish tank for too long.
Yeah, it starts getting minging.
It would start to look like that, maybe if it's been there for, decades. But so, maybe it's freshly in use or someone's changing the back there. But, yeah, we back a tank and inside the tank it looks... That's what I mean. The shot looks really derelict and worn, but then actually the tank itself on the inside looks fresh, and then we see a body in there with long flowing locks. Doesn't mean they had long hair when they went in there, I suppose, because hair grows, and if someone's been in there a while. But I also don't know how long you can survive inside a battle tank without coming out, because obviously Vader uses one, but he comes in and out, as we saw in Rogue One and in the Kenobi series, as we've seen in Book of Boba Fett. When Boba Fett goes in and out, it's like treatments.
Yeah.
To try and heal himself. With Luke Skywalker in The Empire Strikes Back, he's in there. I mean, don't get us wrong, his wounds aren't too bad. It's just essentially facial wounds, isn't it? where he's been clawed by the beast, the Wombat. But he's in there and then he's out again. So I think it's implied that maybe this body's been in the back tank for a long time, but then also I don't know how that works with him being alive, and he's very much alive. There's air bubbles coming out of the breathing mask, I believe. Like I said, the hair's flowing. I did notice like a shoulder pad on his shoulder, I think. So I don't know if that's like I don't think it's a shoulder pad. I think maybe it's like this guy's had bits put on him.
Yeah.
So
I saw one theory where Dr. Aphra in the comics, she has like electronic tattoos on her arm that she can use to like scan things. I don't know whether that could be something like that.
Possibly. I think it's always hard to tell when you're watching a trailer, but I think it's black hair. I think it's possibly a Caucasian. Although with the lighting and with the fact that he's inside a back tank, might be hard to tell. Could be darker skin maybe, but I'm leaning towards it's not a character that we've seen before in television or in video or in movies. But could be someone that we've met before, heard about in comics and the wider canon in the books. Have you got any theories on who it is?
No, not really. I did see one, but this comes up anytime anyone rocks up with grey hair. Young Joruus C'baoth, but I think that's just people taking the mick. But no, not really. Jedi Survivor tends me to believe that potentially it could have been a Jedi that has survived Order 66 and ran into Cal, who's injured and that, and they've helped him. I don't know, but yeah, I would lean towards it potentially being a Jedi. Or maybe it's an Inquisitor that Cal's defeated and he's trying to bring them back to the light. Maybe. But that's the only theories I've got on that, mate, to be fair.
Yeah, I saw a few like tweets saying it could be Revan, but
I saw that. Yeah, I did. Yeah,
I don't know if
that'd be a weird way to bring him in.
Yeah, and I don't know how long you would have to have been in, because obviously Revan dates back to sort of the Old Republic era.
Yeah.
So like, I don't think the back to the tank's going to keep him alive that long.
No,
you know what I mean?
Talking thousands of years. Well, he did. To be fair, he did live a long time in Legends. You never know. You never know. It'd be interesting. Like, I know they are remaking Knights of the Republic. So
yeah,
it would be. So, yeah, it would be. I do find it hard to believe, though, in a galaxy controlled by Sidious, that he wouldn't have got wind that Darth Revan is potentially alive and in a back to tank somewhere.
That's the thing, isn't it? Yeah, I think it's like, and here's the thing. Speaking of Palpatine, like, is this some sort of early cloning attempt?
Potentially, yeah.
As we've learned in the sequel trilogy, Palpatine was all about trying to
extend his
stop
life.
Death
Yeah.
by having being able to clone your body and sort of move your essence into it. So, we've seen sort of cloning like there with the clones. Obviously, Rey's dad is a Palpatine clone, and then Palpatine himself ends up in a clone body in that movie, The Rise of Skywalker. We've also seen cloning hinted at in The Mandalorian, where on that base in season 2, you've sort of got the failed specimens inside the tanks, where this Imperial remnant is working on that type of thing. So to me, it makes sense that they'll be working on it during the Imperial era as well, in secret maybe. As we've seen in the Bad Batch, the sort of mass genocided Kamino, because they don't need the clone army anymore, but the best cloners from Kamino are now on an Imperial base. Why are they there? Are they working on some sort of cloning technique for the Sith? Quite possibly. So yeah, I think you're right when you said that this trailer is very much a teaser. It doesn't give anything away. It just gives little snippets for us to talk about and speculate about, which is fun. But actually, like, wider story, unless they give another trailer where it tells a bit more, like, we're going to be going into the game pretty open, which is fantastic.
I assume we'll get another trailer at some point, because it says obviously the release date is 2023. It doesn't give a date. I did see rumours that it would be out around March, April time next year, which would be cool because we haven't got that much long to it, less than a year, but obviously we don't know that. But I assume with E3 or EA Play or something, they will probably show something else. I would have thought.
Yeah, I mean, I think this trailer was very much. It was all sort of, I don't know what the word is, sort of animated cutscene type
Yeah,
material, and it looked beautiful. But obviously,
cinematics.
yeah, but none of it was gameplay. So we haven't seen any gameplay yet. So the gameplay could be done for all we know, but we haven't actually seen any to say that it could be finished. So who knows? I think Celebration London is 9 months away. I think not that we're counting down or anything.
Yeah.
But do you tie it into that? Do you have like a panel and have it launched the week after?
That would be sick. That would be good.
If you had like a world premiere.
Yeah.
So when I was at Celebration, which one would it be? I think Orlando.
Chicago.
What year did Jedi Fallen Order come out?
2019, I think.
Okay, so right, it might be in Celebration Chicago then. So yeah, I think there was a panel that I was at, which was like the Jedi Fallen Order panel, and they had the team here, the story team. They had the Cameron Monaghan was there. It was fantastic. So I think they were giving away pin badges. You got pin badges, then it was like the different Inquisitors and the Purge Troopers and stuff, which was really cool. And a poster. So do you do something similar this time around, and then have the game come out? You could say, do you release the game at Celebration, but people aren't going to be able to play it because they're going to be involved in that.
No.
And that's why do you literally have the world premiere at Celebration, then have the game release a week later?
Yeah.
Could be a great way to get buzz, because
I'm not bringing my Xbox down to London.
No, definitely, we don't have time, mate. It's like, so, like, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that could be cool. I mean, if it comes out before Celebration, then spot on. Gives us loads of things to talk about. But I think, if it's to come out after Celebration, it means there's an opportunity to have a really good panel there with the team, with the cast. Chance to put some really good freebies, gifts for those who get into that panel out as well. Like a really, really good marketing advertising opportunity to get people really hyped about this next chapter in Cal Kestis' adventure. Trailer obviously showed us Cal Kestis. It did not show us. I was sort of scouring the trailer for BD1. There was no BD1 in the trailer. There was no Night Sister Merrin in the trailer. There was no Sierra Junda in the trailer, and there was no. I always forget his name.
Grease.
The pilot. Grease, no Grease. And when we, as you said, when we did see the Mantis, it was sort of parked on an angle, and also like looked like it was under some sort of bombardment because there was sort of bits of metal coming down from the roof and stuff. Looked a bit unstable. So I wonder if this game is going to separate us from our teammates for a little bit.
Yeah, normally the second installment. I assume the Jedi thing will be a trilogy, so normally the second installment is the darker one, the Empire Strikes Back and all that, if you know what I mean.
Darker middle chapter.
Yeah.
Yes, I wonder if has that been engineered by the Sith, by the Inquisitors, to get him away from the people who help him? Have they been captured and he's got to now go and rescue them?
Yeah.
Who knows? Hopefully they're not dead. So I do like the team. I do want to play as a team at some point in these games. I think it'll be fantastic. But yeah, final thoughts on the trailer, Ian, and what you're hoping for from the game.
No, like I said, really looking forward to it. One hope for the game, I do hope we have a stealth element where you can sneak past your enemies and all that type of thing. But other than that, I'm just really looking forward to continuing the story of Cal Kestis and the crew of the Stinger Mantis.
Definitely. I wonder if we might see the Mantis get destroyed and get a new ship, almost like Mandalorian, where he loses the Razor Quest and then now he's got his Naboo Starfighter.
His Hot Rod M1 Starfighter. Yeah. Maybe. Yeah, potentially. That does seem a very video game type thing.
Yeah, so time will tell. I'm sure we'll get more information as it goes on. But yeah, I'm the same as you. Love the first game. Excited for the second game. I'm liking the fact it seems to be going in a different direction to the first game. I like the fact it's keeping us in the dark a little bit. Obviously, they've really made the Powan look like Revenge of the Sith Powans.
Yeah,
everything from the face to also the bit where you see sort of his hands and his fingernails.
yeah, they're all like creepy and long
Yeah,
fingernails. Yeah,
yeah. So that was like this trailer looked like the attention to detail was absolutely wonderful and exquisite. So hats off to the engineers who did that. Moving on from this, we also got this was part of a panel. And a big part of the announcement celebration was the first trailer for the Cassian Andor series. Andor coming to Disney Plus. It's 12 episodes coming to Disney Plus in, was it
end of
is
August. End of August.
end of August?
28th, I
Yeah.
think. 28th, I'm led to believe.
So you go 20th of August, 12 episodes of season 1 of Andor. And they've also said that season 2 is going to be 12 episodes as well.
Excuse me.
And it's going to take us up to, I think it's this season starts 5 years before
Yeah.
Rogue One,
Yeah.
and then season 2 is going to take us into the last year up to Rogue One, I think. So
Yeah, which is really cool. I like that idea.
really cool that they've got they've got the time frame. A 12 episode season, which is the longest we've had out of a Disney Plus series so far, which is fantastic. I think they've obviously got a clear story where it's like first season we're telling this story, second season we're getting into Rogue One, and obviously we've got Rogue One, we know how the story ends. So I like the sort of the directness, like they know where they're going with it. They know what beats to tell. I think it's going to be fantastic. Obviously, the shoot was a huge shoot across the world. A lot of on-set location shooting, not so much dependent on the volume and stagecraft as some of the other shows. And you can sort of see in this trailer, we see a few different places. Just talk us through your opening thoughts of when you first saw the trailer, Iain, and sort of what you're excited about.
I like the opening with the guy banging on the metal thing with his hammers. I like that. I did like that. I was like, what's this guy? At first, I was like, it's a Star Wars trailer, yeah. But no, yeah, it does that. I just like some of the details. I really like the Imperial officers in the all white room. They've all got the white uniforms on. I'm really intrigued. Obviously, I do like Diego Luna as an actor, but I'm also intrigued by this time period of this is the Empire and its pomp. Really, they've taken over the galaxy, and we're only just starting to see now people trying to rise up to take them down. So yeah, seeing the Empire in like their finery, I really enjoyed seeing Mon Mothma and in a different outfit as well, which was good. She's in a different outfit. She's not wearing the white sheet she wears in Return of the Jedi and Rogue One, that type of thing. So she's in that. I think Genevieve O'Reilly will do really well. She's obviously she was in Revenge of the Sith originally, but obviously the scene got cut. So it'll be good to see her. It'd be good to see I like seeing Coruscant. I assume that's Coruscant that's Mon Mothma's on. I did like seeing that. I do like Cassian Andor's line about them being so fat and proud, which is true. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what this story tells and obviously how we leave it at the end of season 1, then going to season 2, which obviously takes us right into Rogue One, where the rebellion will be more established. That's what I'm looking forward to, mate.
Yeah, I think for me, I love the sort of. I saw at the beginning first. So, we have this sort of. It's almost like a bell tower, but it doesn't have a bell. It has a large drum. It's like a metal drum, and we have this. Starts with this sort of this percussionist, big, heavy set percussionist. It's like you don't know if he's a machine worker or if he's a drummer. It's like mixes both, and you can see he's making noises with his mouth, like percussionists can do. Almost like a sort of like a metal beatbox, it's a hum, and then he gets the two. It's very quiet. He's making that noise with his mouth, pulls these two hammers off the wall, and he starts banging that drum, which is almost like it's like a flatbed and like a workbench, isn't it? But it's very shiny. It's almost like some sort of like a bell tower drum. He starts banging that, and then then it cuts to some of the scenes, and we hear like more percussion noises coming from a mouth. It sounds like so. Is this guy the town's like the town's bell crier, the town's bell ringer, the town's drummer? Does he drum or make a noise certain times a day, or is it just when Imperials are near? Or I think there's a lot of cool stuff that could be done with just this idea. Then throughout, it's a lot about warnings, later on we see sort of people hiding weapons under blankets who aren't Imperials, and then we see someone quickly go and bang a little metal pipe in a street, almost as a warning to everyone in the street, someone's coming, hide, hide what you're doing, hide yourselves. We see Andor's hiding a lot in this trailer. He's perking behind things, he's running. We see Genevieve O'Reilly's Mon Mothma. She's talking about how people are watching her now, and she's almost trying to hide in plain sight. Maybe trying to hide what she's up to. She's worried. She's concerned. People are after her. Maybe not chasing her because they can see her, but they're after knowing what she's up to. So it seems very tense affair. Very tense. Lots of warnings going off. Lots of running from things, hiding things. I think that line when he says, "Look at them all fat and proud," and you see some of the old codgers in their Imperial uniforms. That was a great scene. I think this trailer, the locations looked awesome, but also looked very Star Wars and looked very visceral and real. We saw a bit of Coruscant, which was also fantastic. We saw the Senate chamber, which I thought was really cool. Again, those sort of prequel vibes, which is really good, along with original trilogy vibes because of the Imperial setting. I'm excited to see sort of we're going to go from, they've presented it in this trailer as if we're going to get sort of 2 points of view. We're going to get the point of view of Mon Mothma, and we're going to get the point of view of Andor, and then maybe them come together in the end, which could be really cool. And we're possibly going to see the birth of the rebellion from a different point of view, which is awesome and cool. Like in Star Wars Rebels, rebellion sort of already going a little bit. You've got Hera's little splinter cell, and then they come together with other cells. And, you meet Mon Mothma, then she's already in the fight. This could see sort of Mon Mothma starting to realize she needs to be involved with this side of rebellion, which could be really cool. But again, nothing major storyline wise given away. Just a really strong sense of the feel of the show, which is tense, espionage, thriller, and also a sense of we're going to get the story through the eyes of Cassian Andor. Obviously, it's called Andor, but also through Mon Mothma's eyes, which is also really cool. Big character in Star Wars who in the movies isn't in it much. She's in Return of the Jedi. She was in Revenge of the Sith, but the scenes were cut. It's one of the most famous deleted scenes going. I think that's why George put the deleted scenes out there on his DVDs for the prequel trilogy. And then obviously we've seen her come back in Rogue One to reprise the role. And then here we go. We're going to get some real meat on the bones of Mon Mothma here. And she's been a huge part of some of the Star Wars novels set after Return of the Jedi and the New Republic setup. I think she's a big part of Bloodlines, as I've already mentioned that book today. She's a big part of the Aftermath stories, I believe.
She is,
as well. So, I think here we're going to see Mon Mothma. Why did she get in the fight? At what point does she realize the Imperial Senate is a bad thing? At what point did she realize that you can't fix it from the inside? And I think, sort of the same with Bail Organa. He's trying to fix the Imperial Senate from the inside, but there is no fixing that. And at what point do they realize? And at what point do they then become radicalized almost? It's not really radicalized, but you go from trying to fight something from the inside to then going, we need to pick up arms and rebel. And that's going to be a big moment when we see that. And obviously no Bail Organa in the trailer, but do you think we'll see Jimmy Smith's Bail Organa?
Yeah, I would think so. Especially since we've seen him in Kenobi already. Yeah, I would think they'd probably just say, "I'll just come over here, Jimmy. We'll film something else for Andor." So yeah, no, I would think we would see Bail, if not in season 1, which I doubt, but definitely in season 2.
Yeah, I think that's what's awesome about all of this is that for example, Kenobi, we've got Hayden Christensen's back as Vader. And obviously, the Ahsoka show's coming, and they've sort of said that he's going to be back for that, and it's like, well, yeah, because they're shooting a lot of this in. I mean, they are doing some location shooting on some stuff, but they're also using sound stages in LA. So it's like, if course you can call these people in to do multiple stuff, so it's a really exciting time for Star Wars stories being told on television and movies, because so many of these great actors are back reprising roles, and the roles can like go through different timelines. We've got a few different shows in the go, but if you've tied them down for one, they're going to be up for doing more. So it's absolutely fantastic. So I would like to see Bail Organa on the show as well at some point. But yeah, I'm excited to see Mon Mothma's sort of beginnings into sort of not into being against the Empire, because you're clearly against the Empire in Revenge of the Sith, but that realization of I can't talk us out of this anymore.
Yeah.
Like we still need to be talking, and we still need to be trying to be peaceful, but also like there needs to be a military aspect.
Well, you see it in Rebels, don't you, where she obviously renounces her place in the Senate and calls the Emperor a murderer and all that type of thing. In Rebels and Secret Cargo, the thing, and that's obviously when the rebellion is officially, like, the Alliance to Restore the Republic is like officially formed, and not just like several splinter groups working within the galaxy. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Yeah, so it's going to be exciting. 12 episodes. Do you think we'll get one a week?
Yeah, I would. I think it's a double premiere to start with. I think I said that. I think it is a double premiere to start with, and then so we'll have 10 episodes. So that'll take us right up to potentially. Oh no, Mando season 3 is coming out next year, isn't it? Yeah. We have got Bad Batch season 2 as well, though. So yeah, I think we've got at least Star Wars all the way through till the rest of the year. Now we're obviously Andor, Bad Batch, Tales of the Jedi, and all that type of thing.
Yeah, definitely. I think. Yeah, when I first heard the 12 episodes, I was a bit like, I'm not surprised because of how long the shooting's been going on for the actual like production of the show. But also I'm surprised because it's been, 8 6-episode seasons. Whether that was for budget reasons or whether that was just how many scripts I had, who knows. But, this show seems to have been lended itself to, this is what we're doing, this is the story we're telling, and we're going to go big with it. I think I said a few months ago on the show, I said, I think this show is going to be the sleeper. Everybody's talking about Kenobi, about Mandalorian, about Boba Fett. But I think Andor series could be the sleeper where it's going to come out and it's going to wow us so much. And this trailer did wow us. So it does lend itself to that. And then hearing a few people at Lucasfilm talk about it a little bit over the Celebration Week, they seem to think the same, that this is going to be a sort of a big, big show. So yeah, very, 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 very exciting times. Any closing thoughts on the Andor trailer and the Andor series?
No, like I said, same as Jedi Survivor. Looking forward to it. Can't wait to see what they do. And Diego Luna is a tremendous actor, so it'll be amazing.
He is indeed. So I've only really seen him in Andor, and I've seen him in Narcos Mexico.
Yeah,
he was fantastic in that as well.
Narcos, yeah.
So I'm excited. Obviously, during Celebration, when he was on stage talking about it, he seemed really, really excited and like full of energy for Star Wars and for this show and for this character. So yeah, really, really excited. He did say that we're going to meet Andor sort of before he's in the fight.
Yeah.
So maybe and see how he gets involved with the rebellion. I did notice in the trailer there was a lot of troops on a planet that like weren't Imperial but weren't anything we've seen before either. But they were clearly all wearing the same uniform. I've seen them a few different times.
I assume they're like planetary security, like back in Legends you had Corsac for Corellia. I assume it's something like that.
So do you think it's an Imperial planet, or do you think they're going to get like attacked by the Empire?
I would assume, yeah, it's probably a planet that has pledged loyalty to the Empire, and then they'll have their own military defense force, like I said, like Corsac did in Legends. The Corsac security. I can't remember. Yeah, I think Corsac in Legends. So yeah, I assume it's planetary security that obviously works for the behest of the Empire, and they'll try and root out any rebellion on this planet. So, if you know what I mean. One thing I did like was the gunships that you see descending on the planet. They're very like Force Unleashed vibes. I can't remember what they're called. Low altitude. LAAT, low altitude attack transport.
So from the back, I thought they looked a bit like Clone Wars transports that the Clone Army used, but then looking a bit closer, they were slightly different.
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah, I thought that. Yeah, but they do give me very Force Unleashed vibes because they look like the transports that they were used in the Force Unleashed.
Do you think we'll see like young Cassian sort of, because we do know Cassian was on a separatist world, so he sort of saw the Clone War end, I imagine. So do you think we'll see Cassian as a child and have him seeing sort of battle droids and clones fighting maybe?
That'd be cool. Yeah, we do see clones in the trailer, like briefly. Like I think they're phase. Yeah, I think they're phase one clone. No, phase one clone troopers. But either way, I think that'll be a flashback to the. I think Cassian obviously grew up on a separatist world. He says that in Rogue One. I think we'll see him trying to fight against the clones, obviously before the end of the Clone Wars.
Do you think we'll see the clones with the Jedi General?
Potentially, yeah. Potentially, that would be a thing. But I think that's something that doesn't need to happen. I think obviously he's just telling the story of how he was against the Republic in the Clone Wars. I don't think you need a Jedi, but it would be cool. Even if it's just a Jedi we don't know.
Yeah. No, definitely. That wraps up sort of our two main topics that we want to speak about. Obviously, it was the Jedi Survivor trailer and the Andor trailer. Without spoiling anything, what's been your non-spoiler thoughts on the Kenobi series so far, Ian?
Really enjoyed it. I'm waiting, obviously, for the last two to give my full judgment on it. I have really enjoyed it, moments of it. It's been really good. There's been moments where anything, obviously people know he's going to be in it, but no spoilers. Seeing Darth Vader again was unbelievable. Like I said, greatest villain of all time. Seeing him in the show and just seeing Ewan back, and I like the character portrayals of some of the people they're playing. But no, I'm really enjoying it at the moment. Like I said, I'll wait to give my full judgment on it when the show's fully done, because we've seen obviously discourse online where people are saying, "Oh, is it?" But everyone should just wait until it's done to give their judgment. If you know what I mean?
Yeah. Have you been reading any Star Wars books recently? How's the Star Wars reading going for you?
I need to read Brotherhood. I need to. I've been really busy at work, so I might try and read a bit of Brotherhood today. It was really good so far. I got about 10 chapters in. It was really good. I did enjoy that. That was really good. So I started reading Republic Commando as well, which because obviously being a massive fan of that, I've just started replaying Republic Commando the game on my Xbox, because I saw that they're back for Bad Batch Season 2, at least Scorches anyway. So I am on a bit of a Republic Commando kick at the moment.
Have you got any new Star Wars merchandise?
Nothing at the moment, mate. Like I said, it's coming to crunch time with the wedding now, so I can't. I haven't really got any disposable income to get Star Wars stuff. So hopefully I might treat myself after I get married to something.
So I've been to Turkey last week. I was sort of on holiday when Star Wars Celebration was ongoing, so I missed the beginning of it. Hasbro Pulse had like a mega sale where certain items were in the sale with 40% off.
I didn't know that.
But so not everything was in the sale, right? But like the Boba Fett helmet was, or the Black Series helmets were.
Yeah.
So you could literally get them for under 70 quid, I think. But by the time I looked, they were all sold out, because obviously I mentioned the episode that was interested in getting a helmet for when I move house. But so I missed out on the helmets the whole end. So I would have got one, but I missed out. So I've learned a lesson there about being a bit faster when I see sales go up. Had I been home, not on holiday, I think I would have seen it sooner and would have jumped on it and got one. But yeah, there was some lightsabers in there. Hasbro Black Series lightsabers. So there was some really good deals, to be fair.
I had no idea. It's annoying me that.
Yeah. So anybody who got good deals, congratulations, enjoy your product. What has gone up for to be not pre-ordered but to back is the new Haslab project, which is the third sister Reva lightsaber. So it's like the Black Series line lightsabers. I think it's up for nearly £500. I'm just going to double check that, so you can back it now.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. I'm tempted, but it's £459.99, and it is the first of its kind, and it is the Inquisitor Reva third sister lightsaber. So it looks like it comes with different options. So you can choose between the half cycle and the full cycle configuration on the helmet. On the handle.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we're going to see her wield it with the full circle around the saber at the end. Maybe we will. I've noticed that her Black Series figure comes with two. It comes with the half
Saber
circle and the full circle configuration. So time will tell. But no, the thing that it looks really cool. So how it works is that we've got till July 12th, 5 a.m. to back it. How many backers does it need? Let's have a look. Yeah, so it ends in 31 days and 6 hours.
Yeah.
As we are recording this, it's currently got 1,023 backers. The target is 5,000, so it's got 4,000 backers to go in a month. I imagine, depending on if she starts wielding the full circle configuration, which is the main picture for the picture, for the thing, that might sort of go up. Estimated shipments fall 2023, which is sounds like a long time, but actually for Hasbro at the minute, that's considering they won't make the product till it gets back. That's pretty quick turnaround, actually.
Yeah.
In my opinion, and it's a limit of 5 per customer.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, obviously, I did back the Rancor that didn't get backed enough. And I'm sort of glad it didn't, because some of the extras were not very good. So for this one, I'm excited for when they start announcing the stretch goals, because if the stretch goals are good, is when this will get backed. So I wonder what the stretch goals could be. Could it be extra bits to go with? Could be parts of a uniform.
Yeah.
Things like that. Who knows? Could it be a nice case? Could it be like a belt for it? Who knows? But the picture at the minute is sort of the handle with the two blades. It comes with the half circle handle configuration and the full circle configuration, and it comes with a really awesome stand that all the Black Series lightsabers come with now. So I haven't backed it yet, but I probably am going to back it, just because the first one I backed was the Rancor. I didn't get back, so I feel like I need to back one. I'm excited to
need a win,
take part in it. Yeah, so we will see. Other than that, I'm currently reading Claudia Gray's Into the Dark from the High Republic series.
Yeah.
Enjoying that quite a bit. I have got Brotherhood, same as you, I'm a chapter in, so I need to start reading that.
Yeah, I'm going to try and get that read today, to be honest.
And I haven't been playing Star Wars games recently.
Well, there isn't any.
But really. I do feel like going back and playing Jedi Fallen Order now, because of the trailer. We've talked about how excited we are with the trailer, but also because of
it's just fun.
The connections to the episode 4 of Obi-Wan Kenobi.
And it's fun.
Yeah, and it's fun. So I do feel like trying to put some time aside to do that. Any closing thoughts about anything Star Wars? Anyone you want to discuss that we haven't?
No, like I said, I'm looking forward to. I won't say how I saw it, but I saw the footage for Ahsoka and Mando, which looks amazing. I didn't see the greatest copy of it, because it was obviously not officially released, but I did see that, so I'm hugely excited for that, to see where they're going with that.
What was the Ahsoka footage?
Have you not seen it?
No.
So basically, it opens up, and we obviously see Rosario Dawson's Ahsoka. We see Hera Syndulla. She's in the trailer very briefly. It's just a couple of quick shots from things. We see what appears to be Huyang, the lightsaber droid from the Clone Wars episodes. He appears to be in it. But it's that type of droid. I don't know if it is Huyang, but it's that type of droid. And we also, at the end of the trailer, it goes onto the Star Wars Rebels mural. We see at the end of Rebels that Sabine paints. It's obviously live action, and then we see Sabine from behind walking off.
Awesome.
I know.
So, some really cool visuals, but also nothing we haven't seen before.
But no, yeah, obviously, I can't remember her name. She got confirmed as Sabine. But yeah, Hera Syndulla's in it. They didn't reveal who would be playing Hera, which is weird, because they revealed who would be playing Sabine, but that's fine. I did always think at the end of Rebels, if they were going to look for Ezra, I'm sure Hera would come with them. So that'll be good. So yeah, that was the Ahsoka footage. Did you see the Mando footage?
I've heard a bit about it, but feel free to fill me in, mate.
So basically, there was two versions of it. They had the original footage they released for the first panel, for the Lucasfilm panel, and they had the second footage, which they released for the actual Mando,
The Mando Plus
panel.
panel.
Yeah, it had a bunch of stuff in it. It had Anzellans, the species Babu Frick. It had his species in the trailer, which was pretty cool. That was a pretty cool little moment. It had Mando obviously fighting, doing dog fighting against other star ships that they weren't Imperial. They weren't Imperial. I can't remember what they were, but they definitely weren't Imperial. We've obviously got more Bo-Katan. She was sitting on a throne somewhere. More Grogu, obviously. We see Grief Karga. What's some other things as well? We saw a bunch of stuff. To be fair, I can't really remember now because obviously all the footage has been deleted. But no,
Was the throne that Bo-Katan sitting on the same throne from the Maul and Ahsoka lightsaber duel in Clone Wars the last season?
No, it wasn't on Mandalore. That's the thing, because then we see them go to Mandalore. Because obviously Din's mission now is to go to Mandalore to atone for his transgressions of taking his helmet off. But no, they do end up going to Mandalore in the trailer. So yeah, hugely exciting.
And did they say when we're going to get Mandalorian season 3?
2023, early 20. I think it was was it March? I think it's March 2023. Let me just double
Not
check.
long then. We'll be here before we know it.
I know. I can't. Yeah, it's then obviously Ahsoka comes out. I think July next year.
Pretty action packed. We've got 12 episodes of Andor coming this year. We've got Bad Batch season 2 coming this year. We've got Mandalorian season 3 early next year. Ahsoka mid next year. These new animated series, Tales of the Jedi and Jedi Adventures?
Yeah, Tales of the Jedi and Jedi Adventures, yeah. Young
Those
Jedi
will
Adventures.
Those will be sprinkled in there somewhere as well.
Yeah.
And that's without mentioning things like the Acolyte that's, starting to ramp up its progress.
It's casting, yeah. I think it's casting at the moment, the Acolyte.
So, exciting times.
Definitely.
Iain, where can the people find you on social media?
I'm on Twitter and Instagram at Star Wars Iain. That's where you can find me.
And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Geordie Jedi Pete. You can find the podcast on Twitter at Boars Star. And you can find the podcast on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok at Star Wars Podcast. If you are listening to this episode on Spotify or Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, please leave us a 5-star review, a really nice little comment. Again, it helps us move up the charts a bit. It helps people find the show. It also helps us book guests as well. So if you take a more out of your day to do that, would be absolutely fantastic. If you're listening on a different podcast program and it has an option there to leave a review or to give it a star rating, please consider again just giving us a top rating, a nice little comment. Again, just for those reasons, it helps people find the show, gives us more visibility, and it also helps us book guests. We're all planning on going to Star Wars Celebration in London, so exciting 9 months ahead. I'm sure as the time goes on, we'll let you know what we've got planned for meeting up with listeners and things like that, and swag we're going to be giving out at Star Wars Celebration. It's going to be a very exciting time, and we can't wait to mingle with everybody at Star Wars Celebration in London. Iain, any closing thoughts on anything?
No, happy mates. Like I said, looking forward to Star Wars Celebration. Yeah, that's all I've really got to say, mate. Thanks for having me today.
No problem. Always a pleasure, mate. Always love talking Star Wars on a Saturday morning. Thank you very much for coming on, everybody. Thank you very much for listening. May the Force be with you all. Get ready for those Celebration London tickets to buy them when they come on sale, because we can't wait to see you all and talk Star Wars in person. May the Force be with everybody everywhere. And remember, always tell that to Kanja Club.
Hello, Star Wars listeners. This is Savannah Odit. You might know me as host of The Dorky Diva Show with my co-host Brian Balance. I am also producer of The Adventures of the Zolan Dart, which is a Star Wars-inspired audio drama that we produced over the last year. If you love stories about smugglers, courage, heroic characters, and maybe a few foes along the way, you should go to thedorkydivashow.com and listen to The Adventures of the Zolan Dart today.
Shout! We've got your pigs.
Were any of the critters harmed?
What did you do now?
I didn't do anything. I just freaked out for no reason.
It was nice doing business with you again. Maybe next time we could deliver something less temperamental.
Now, what you call temperamental, I call fun.
Hey, is there a place nearby where I can make some repairs?
3 clicks south of here, you'll find a small spaceport. They should have what you need, as long as it's nothing too big.
Dynamic class? My stars, you don't hear about many of those still being space-worthy.
It's been in my family for a while.
She's pretty great. Any chance you have a hover cart we can use to load up?
I'll check out the HoloNet to see if anything new has come up in the sector.
My name is Sereth Kol. I am the chief here on Kamai. My people and I have been experiencing food shortages as of late due to unforeseen natural occurrences. We are looking to hire someone.
I say we take this one. The pay is great, and it's the type of job we're familiar with.
Welcome. You must be Captain Otoa. I've already sent word to Pac 2 to expect you in the next cycle or so.
You told him we were coming before we even accepted the job. That's rather presumptuous, isn't it?
Perhaps, though once I received confirmation that you were interested and on your way here, I couldn't help but hope.
Fair enough. Well, we'll be back as soon as we can.
Well, that's not good.
Is that blaster fire I hear? Ah, so you're the one.
Captain, it sounds like they want to do this the hard way.
I love when they got some fight in them.
This is bad. This is bad.
We're about to have a lot of company.
I'll see you soon.